Oh my god, you guys, Kingdom Hearts 3 is finally out. Like, it's a real thing. I have the deluxe edition box. It's on my desk right now, displayed proudly. So glad this game's finally out, but that's not what I'm here to talk to you guys about today. I've been moving, and I finally got an internet connection on my computer. The first few days after moving into my new place, I had to figure out a way to get my computer online. I'm finally online. Literally just got online. And after I've come home from work, Kingdom Hearts 3 has been waiting for me. It's fully installed with the DLC promo code, whatever, typed in and downloaded, and I'm ready to start this game. But before I play, I gotta talk about Brawly, Gogeta, Videl, and Jiren for a little bit, because I just made a video talking about what characters I think will be coming in. The funny thing is, a long time ago, in my original prediction video where I had like 22 characters, it was like 22, 21 characters. I like I did mention if they did Videl, they'd probably have Great Saiyaman, but it seemed like it'd be unlikely. If they did Videl, Great Saiyaman would be a part of the moveset. The reason why I thought this, same reason why my little brother said he wanted this, he said he really wanted Videl. And I think that means when my little brother wants something, he's kind of part of like the LGBT community. He's part of like all the weird internet subgroups that I'm not really a part of, and I no offense to those people, and I'm totally accepting of those people because like I said, I hang out with my little brother. It's not what I'm into, but I like to hear what he has to say because I feel like he really does represent that really nerdy subculture that's in a different subculture of nerd that I am in. And these are two subcultures overlap constantly, so I always want to hear these people's opinions. And he wanted Videl really badly, and even he said Great Saiyaman should just be part of her moveset. I said, yeah, that'd be the only way I could see her doing it because she doesn't have enough moves on her own. Because of this, I thought, I don't know if they would do it. It seemed unlikely. But back then, I was in the mindset of Season 1 DLC. I was not in the mind... Oh, and also, we were talking about predicting characters for the actual base game. So these are two different things that, really influenced my decision of discussing the character of Videl. Now it's season 2, and I completely forgot that a lot of those more outlandish characters are completely thrown back onto the table. Videl was a super highly requested character, and what they're doing with her is breathtakingly beautiful. First of all, her level 3, the animation for it is just superb. And she has a beam super with Gohan, where Great Saiyaman flies down and turns to a Super Saiyan shoots a Kamehameha. You know how great that is? Because I hate that in the Budokai games, in the Tenkaichi Budokai games, that Great Saiyaman couldn't do any of Gohan's abilities. And I wanted those games to showcase more of Great Saiyaman being like a transformation for Gohan versus being like a completely separate character where he can't break the rules. If Great Saiyaman was in a battle, he should be able to power up. He shouldn't be locked at base form. He is also the gold fighter. And the reason why he doesn't have to power up against the normal, humans he fights when he's fighting crime is because they're not a threat. But, when push comes to shove, he should be able to access all of Gohan's abilities. I understand that he's more of a gag character in those games, but the way they're doing him here in FighterZ, being a part of Videl's moveset, is so fucking amazing and perfect. And also, the rules of having Gohan being a support character for another character, when the game first came out, those rules were there in place, where 17 was not playable, however, he was a support character. Same as Zamasu. He was not playable, but he was a support character. Those rules have been broken by the DLC, and if you're going to break those rules, doing it with DLC is the best way to do it. Because everyone knows that that's not the way the game was originally created, and this is just bonus stuff to make people happy. And this is the part of the game that just is there to make people happy. So Gohan as a partner is fine because 17 is playable on his own, and he's still a partner for 18. And when you fight with 18 and 17 on the same team, nothing changes. It's still the old 17 fighting alongside the new 17. It's not like 17's replaced by a different character, for example. So, yeah, I think it's awesome. So Videl's perfect. Now Jiren is one they already gave away. They already said it'd be the fighter from Universe 11, and boy does he look cool. His fights look his abilities look amazing. Jiren's kind of an OP character, and Hit was also an OP character, and they made Hit work really well. So I'm assuming they're going to do some really cool stuff with Jiren. Not to mention Super Saiyan Blue Vegito's already in the game, and if Super Saiyan Blue Vegito's in the game and Zamasu's in the game, those are also OP characters. So OP characters can be in fighters, and Jiren's here. He looks way different compared to the entire rest of the Dragon Ball Z cast because Toriyama's way of thinking has changed a lot. And some people have also pointed out how it's kind of gone back to its shonen roots and has more inspiration from Dragon Ball. I would say it definitely has inspiration from other shonen shows like Hunter x Hunter and Yu Yu Hakusho, especially with the Tournament of Power arc. And Jiren is totally like one of these really outlandishly designed characters that you probably would have seen more in something like Dragon Ball. So having a character with that crazy design is awesome. But now that I've talked about what we already know, I will mention also Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta and Broly. Now I believe it's the Berserk form version of Broly because it looked like in the picture they showed, they specifically showed a Saiyan picture of Broly, not the Super Saiyan picture of Broly. So I'm thinking they want to emphasize that. Now, what's interesting about Broly is that in my original video a few days ago, I said they might not want to do Broly because he fights very similar. But the fun thing is that Broly, when he's not Super Saiyan, doesn't have like invulnerability. He was not mopping the floor with Goku and Vegeta like the original movie. He actually can take damage. He doesn't have super armor. And what could be done is he might have his Super Saiyan ability as part of his level 3 install super, similar to Frieza. I really think that would be a good way to go about it. And, or it could work, someone else pointed out, it could work like Goku's Kaioken move, where his super moves increase, whatever. Now, the fun thing is that Gohan, Saiyan Goku, and Frieza, all three of their transformations work completely differently from each other. So what happens with Broly will probably be completely different. Maybe as he takes damage, you can then access more forms of Super Saiyan or something like that. However they decide to do them, we don't know. But they could definitely put emphasis on Broly's moves that he didn't do in the original movie, and give him a few that he did in the original movie that he also did in the Broly movie as like fan service. Same with Gogeta. I think that Gogeta will probably have the Soul Punisher, but it'll probably just be his normal special attack. It probably won't be a super at all. And what I'm more curious of is what his level 3 and level 1s will be, because he has that move where he rains energy beams down, and it's like a massive amount of energy beams. He has that move where he put his two fists up and created those like that giant explosion wave that could easily be a level 1 super or an air level 3 level 1 or something like that. He had the 2 Ki Blast move is like kind of famous. That'll probably be one of his specials. So not a super, but probably a special. And of course, he did this massive Kamehameha at the end of the movie. So we could see something of like that. What they do, I don't know, but we'll have to see. Very exciting. Very, very exciting. But now I will say that there's 2 characters left. In my video, I said they do 8, and that's because I was just going off of what I thought. This makes me think Season 2 will be the last season, but hey, man, I'm just happy we're getting a Season 2 at all, because I thought FighterZ was done. And this means that we will have these characters, and the DLC will be all the way caught up with the current Dragon Ball series. When FighterZ came out, we kind of all knew that the game would only go up to the Goku Black arc, and now it's all the way caught up. So we have Jiren, we can have anything from Tournament of Power, which really... So the thing about Videl is that Videl was a fan favorite character that was basically voted in by pure love and admiration for the character. I know a lot of people spoke up about wanting Videl in the game, and they're very earnest about it, very sincere. They really wanted Videl. When I look at Master Roshi, I think the same way. When I look at Kefla, I think the same way. And when I look at Super Saiyan 4 Goku, I see the same thing. I think all 3 of those have very, very high and real possibilities. And there's only 2 characters left, so one of those 3 is not happening. And if I had to guess, my money would be on Super Saiyan 4 Goku not being in the game, because there's already 3 Gokus, 4 if you count Goku Black. Not to mention 2 versions of Goku with the fusions. Both Vegito and Gogeta are in the game. It's a lot of Goku in this game. So I'm thinking we won't be seeing something like that, but we will probably be seeing a very requested character One being from Tournament of Power, Kefla. I think Kefla is a shoe-in lock at this point. And I think Videl goes to show that an unlikely character that isn't super mega powerful has a high chance, and a character that's a fan favorite like Roshi makes a ton of sense. So my money is on Roshi and Kefla being the last two characters. That's what I'm predicting. So I'm ending the video with that. That's literally what I'm going to end the video on. This video is not a full-on prediction video, but there's only two characters left to predict. So this might be my last video on fighters for a little bit until news comes out, because even when the next two characters are revealed, we already know the last two characters, so there's not much to predict. So we will have to see. Maybe if it's shocking enough, I will post my reaction to it and say why I think it's amazing or why I think it's a bad idea. But I'm going to end the video here. 10 minutes in, perfect length in my opinion, and I'm going to play some fucking Kingdom Hearts 3. I'll see you guys in the next one.